Last time on Long Distance Dungeons and Dragons Dinner Theater. After killing and looting the defeated hobgoblins, Alec, Juan, Kit, Bronze Wizard, and Turtleflap rested before following a fireball from space that was crashing down to Alex's claimed Sun Wukong temple. So they rushed there to put out the fire and fix the temple after seeing 3 robot Barclays fleeing the scene. And after stopping the fire and turning off the spaceship's engine, rested there and sent a bird to White Castle with a message. But the bird failed, so they sent another message before heading to Galbraith and rested in the forest outside of town. Greer and Chasnoff arrived at Northport, which was being attacked by their neighbors to the west, and being defended by a great shadow dragon. So they both decided it was probably wise to leave town, but encountered some robotic elf soldiers on their way to the gate. And now, Long Distance Dungeons and Dragons Dinner Theater continues. Roll for initiative, as 2 robo-elves encounter you in the streets.
18 for Greer, and 11 for me.
And I got a 19 for these robo-elves. So they're going to come in at you guys.
Sorry, I was dyslexic. It doesn't matter. The 19's going to be yours. Yeah.
And then I rolled a 19 versus Greer's AC.
Yes. Your AC is 20 now.
Yep.
Oh, because of my shield.
Yeah.
Yep. So one of these things just tries to hit you, but you block it with your new shield. And then I rolled a natural 1 versus Chasnoff, so one of these robots slips and falls right in front of you. So one of these robots is prone, and now it's you guys' turn.
Alright, so really quick, I look at the slip and fall and mechanical dead elf thing. Do I notice what parts of it are undead?
Perception check is correct.
13.
Alright, so most of this creature appears to be robotic with maybe somewhat glass and metal body, but inside the glass dome that is his head is a elven head.
So it's arms.
You can see through the glass part of it. I mean, you can see like organs and stuff on its inside, like intestines and other human. You can see through its glass body to human organs or elven organs on the inside, but it's in some sort of glass casing and with metal works running throughout it.
I'm attacking the guy on the ground.
Yeah, I want to.
I do. I want to kill.
Detect.
What am I detecting?
Evil. You can just do that as a that's your move. Action is to detect evil. Yeah.
Do you do that?
If I'm detecting evil, do I need to roll?
Nope. You do not detect evil.
I can attack it.
You can still attack it, but you don't want to smite it.
Right.
Right. Or you could try to knock the guy who's still standing down, and we could try to sneak away.
It'd be a CMD or a CMB attack
Attack one.
to like bull rush him.
Do it.
Yeah.
That is on the ground.
I want to attack the guy on the ground.
All right, so roll plus BAB plus strength to do a melee attack.
I'm sorry, I heard 2 voices.
What's your longsword crit at?
Longsword crit is 19 points.
So that's a crit.
5.
That's 16?
Yeah.
All right, you took a pretty good swing out of that guy. Smashed up his glass body pretty good.
I am going on the guy on the ground. I am going to cast Ray of Frost.
The Ray of Frost is a ray that spreads 25 foot plus 5 foot for every 2 levels. It's only 25 foot for you, but they're both in that range. And you can probably hit both of them with the ray, because they're that close. You can get both of them. There's no saving throw. It does 1d3 cold damage. You must succeed a ranged touch attack, so you still have to roll a d20 plus BAB plus dex.
10.
Miss. Your ray misses, just barely. They dodge your Ray of Frost. Back to them. Alright, I rolled a natural 1, so now the one that was trying to fight Greer falls prone. The one that was fighting Chasnoff stands and swings, so Chasnoff gets an attack of opportunity. So roll an attack of opportunity real quick, Chasnoff, as it stands to attack you.
9. Yeah, 9.
That's a miss. And it swings on you. It's going to be a 16 versus your AC.
13, so yes, that's a hit.
Alright, it's going to do 4 damage to Chasnoff. It hits you with a metal rod.
So there is 1 attacking me and 1 attacking Chasnoff. So I want to kill the one that's already damaged. I'm going to swing with my longsword.
Roll it.
11.
It's a swing and a miss. You swing your sword, you miss this guy. Chasnoff.
The guy who's attacking me is still partially undead, right? So I can still cast Disrupt Undead on him?
Yeah.
Alright, so I cast Disrupt Undead on the guy who's trying to attack me. What is that? It deals 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6 to undead. Ray of positive energy. You must do a ranged touch attack to hit, so roll a BB plus dex to hit.
Oh, that's gonna be a hit.
Awesome.
13, so that's 19, so that's 20... 21.
That's a hit.
That's actually 22, because your BAP is 3, and your dex is... Your BB is 1, and your dex is 2. Yeah, so 19 plus 3 is 22.
Yeah, that's a hit. So roll your damage, 1d6. Did you aim this ray at its head?
3.
3 damage. One of them stands up, provoking attack of opportunity on Greer, and while he does it, swings and misses on you. So you get one free attack there, Greer, on the guy that just stood up.
Yeah, 15.
That's a miss. And the second guy is going to swing on Chaznov. That's going to be a 12 versus Chaznov's AC.
Miss.
I still want to attack the guy with the lowest damage guy.
The guy attacking me.
He's attacking Chaplin.
Yeah, the guy that's already leaking because you broke his casing with your sword.
I will hit him with my longsword. 21.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
9.
Yeah, you finish smashing through the glass. You pretty much chop his glass body in half, and now there's like chopped up organs all over the ground, and it looks like embalming fluid spewed out over the ground. And the top half of his body, his arms are still moving, and the bottom half of his body is not moving at all. But he's unable to attack you now. He's on the ground with the top of his body flailing. There's only one guy left now. Chaznov.
So I am going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement on the last guy attacking us.
This one I get a fortitude save. It is a ranged touch attack. It gets a fortitude save, but at first you have to roll the attack to see if it even succeeds for even going to matter to bother rolling that.
13 plus, I think it's 2. Yeah, so 15
Plus BAB, which is also 1.
Yeah,
so
that's
16
a hit, so I'll roll my fortitude save. I rolled a 23, so it's going to succeed, so it'll only take half of 1d6 damage.
2 strength damage. So
it takes 1? I rolled too low, I rolled a 2, so it's not going to hit Greer, who I was swinging at. Even with a +4, so it's going to be a 6, so it's going to be a miss. So back to you guys.
Alright, I'm going to kill him with my longsword.
Kill him until he dies from it.
Yes, I kill him.
Aww.
12.
It's a miss. Chaznov.
Alright, I can do Acid Splash.
Acid Splash!
Yeah. I'm going to do cast Acid Splash on the guy who's attacking Greer.
By another ranged touch attack. 17.
That's a hit.
17.
So your little acid missile hits this guy. You do 1d3 acid damage.
That's 3 damage. But that's 3 acid damage to a mechanized creature. So
Yep, it took damage. The acid vanishes after 1 round because it's magic acid. I rolled a 24 versus Greer.
That's a hit.
Then do 7 damage with its metal rod. So it whacks you on your left arm.
I am going to kill him again. My longsword.
Oh.
14.
Oh, it's a miss.
Alright, I start to get wary of the situation, so I want to cast Cause Fear on this dude, so hopefully it works and we can just run past the gate and make it out of there alive.
I get a will save, I believe, for that. Is that correct?
So,
Yep, will is a partial save. I rolled a 2, so it's going to fail. So it is going to be shaken, it's going to be frightened. It's going to run away from you guys. It flees. You guys get 400 experience each. And now you can see the gate within like 50 foot of you guys. You can get out of the south gate. There seems to be 2 elven guards like worn out, exhausted. Like you see that they've also just defeated 2 mechanical elven creatures about the same time you guys did. They seem to be the ones watching the gate. They don't seem to like they would stop you from leaving.
Do it.
Yeah,
we're walking.
Yeah.
All right, you guys leave. Yeah, you leave. You leave Northport. Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving.
You head out. There's a road leading sort of southwest of here, or just south of here. Even without a perception check, you can see a large forest. To see anything else, you would need to roll a perception check or roll something else. But that's your basic road and trees. That's kind of what you see when you walk out.
I would like to roll a perception check to see what's around. 19.
You do notice it is darkest here, closer to the city. It gets a little bit lighter farther away. You do see a large walled city down this road to the southwest. South, all you see is trees that seem to be made of the same dark wood as the shield that you just purchased in town, or that Greer Rockrider just purchased in town. So the trees made of that same strange dark wood. But a very large forest, you can't see through to the other end. But the woods are obviously south of you, and this other city is more west.
Do I know anything about the city to the southwest?
With a roll of some sort of knowledge roll would give you the information about it.
Would that be local?
It can be. Almost any knowledge will give you information. It will give you just different information about it, basically.
I'll roll a local knowledge on the city to the southwest. So that's a 15.
Yeah, you're familiar with Westport as well from your travels here for the Crow Skull. Very military town. Also Elven. That is the town that is to the west of here. Large walled city. Large military exporter. The makers of these robotic Elven soldiers that are seen around the world. often employed by wealthy landowners or rulers to defend their properties. If you can afford to buy an army, you spend your money here and buy soldiers, basically, that are made over from the leftover parts of old soldiers.
I pass this knowledge on to Greer and...
Usually a city that you would avoid.
I let Greer know what the city to the southwest is, and I said we should continue our trek to Southport.
Would you like to go down the road and around the forest, or through the forest?
Well, I have 5. I think we need to rest.
Alright, so how are you guys resting outside of this city? Do you have tents? Are you resting in the woods, near the road, next to the wall, or where are you trying to rest?
We go a little ways off the road, and I use one of the 10 torches I have to start my torch, I'm assuming, lights, right?
Yeah, we have...
I mean, torches don't auto-light. You have to roll a survival skill, and you have to have flint and steel to light them.
I don't.
Oh, I have Yeah, we both have it.
So, we
comes in most starter kits.
We go a little bit off the path, find what seems to be a somewhat secluded spot from all of the fighting that's going off on the way.
Yeah, let's say maybe you guys go off because the road leads down to Westport. That's where these troops are coming from. So maybe if you guys go off to the east, towards the wood, maybe towards the other shore.
The edge of the woods.
Yeah, the edge of the woods. You're not far in. You're far enough off the road where it's a faint light, but not enough where it's easily detected.
They would have to go to their way to get you, and you're not their target. The city is, so we'll say that you go just far enough away that you're out of harm's reach, pretty much, at least from these troops.
I attempt to light a very, very small campfire.
All right, so roll me a survival check to light a torch on fire, or unless you guys want to gather firewood from somewhere.
Gather the firewood.
All right, so someone else needs to roll a survival check, or you can both roll. You can roll 2 survival checks. Everyone do it. If you want to gather firewood first, together or separately. That's a survival check to gather firewood, and then a survival check to light the fire with the flint and steel.
9.
Yeah.
I get 20 on picking up the thing.
Okay, so my little ass is, I guess, going with firewood. So
if you take a 20, it's going to take you 4 hours to get firewood. If someone rolls well enough, you can do it in an hour.
Alright.
Plus anything?
Every time you roll is an hour of you trying.
So 13 and...
I think we should just give up on the fire.
No, I mean, at this point, even with those rolls, you guys have collected some firewood. So, I mean, at this point, especially because both of you are rolling, you came back, you'd have enough wood for a fire. But it took you about 2 hours, and you were both looking for twigs the whole time. But between the two of you, over those 2 hours, you come back with enough wood to start a fire.
Alright.
So now it just takes a survival check to light the fire. Yeah, you can do it together. So it never hurts to have help.
Roll for a blow check.
Blow check.
14 and 8.
14, yeah, that's going to be good enough together. Alone, you probably couldn't have done it, but with the blow check, you were able to light a fire. You guys have a small fire on the edge of the woods. You guys don't have tents or anything, I guess. Do you have bedrolls or sleeping bags, anything like that?
Bedrolls.
So you have something soft to sleep on at least, but you're going to be outdoors on the ground next to a fire. Do you rest there?
Yeah, we're resting.
You guys can take turns resting, but I rolled low enough that even if you guys do that, nothing happens. So you guys sleep in shifts, but throughout the night, nothing happens. Pretty clear night, actually. Quite nice and quiet out. But it's so dark here near the city, you can't even see the stars in the sky, so it's just totally blackout. You do hear whispers in the forest at some point in the night. Other than that, pretty uneventful.
Can either of us identify the language of the whispers that we hear in the forest?
Some of them are Elven, some of them are Gnome.
How close are the gnomish whispers we hear in the forest?
Roll me a perception check.
22.
It seems they seem to come from all around. Sometimes they seem very close, sometimes they seem far away. It's hard to make out what they're saying. Still dark out, not as dark as it was last night, but still pretty gray. You definitely feel like you've slept 8 hours and it should be daytime, but it still appears dark here. Although, just south of here, it does seem to be a little bit brighter.
We pack up our bedrolls. I'm still curious about the gnomish whispers in the woods, but I think I might check back on that later. And we, as a team, continue heading south, towards Southport.
Do you go around the woods or through the woods?
I know. But I need to roll a knowledge check to figure out which path would be the shortest, whether we're going around.
That would
It'd be geography. Yep.
18.
Yeah, you would know that the shortest route is through directly south. It's Southport. It's probably directly south of here. Through the woods would be the shorter route distance-wise.
Hey, it never hurts to roll. Yeah, you're playing the game right, dude. You're supposed to roll, and you roll.
You rolled, that's how it works. But yeah, the direct line south will be shorter than the curved route around the forest. Although, you guys are experienced world travelers at this point, I guess. Usually the forests are more dangerous than traveling through open plains and roads, because at least you can see your enemies coming. Forests usually have more enemies. It depends what you guys are trying to get into, I don't know.
I think I go through.
I'm alright with it. I hesitantly agree to walking through the woods because I'm still interested in these gnomish whispers that I hear, and I'm hoping that some of that can be solved through the walk. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened in the forest. So you guys head south through the forest. The darkwood forest. Like I said, the trees seem to be made of the same dark wood that your shield is. Looks almost like a burnt wood. Very creepy. The trees, although they seem to be blooming, the leaves seem to be orangish or reddish in color, or the limbs seem to be bare with just very small buds. The woods itself are very dark. The trees seem to crowd into each other. They seem to be very close together. It's hard to see very far without the trees getting in your way as you head south through the forest. See if anything happens. No, you guys are able to travel through the forest with little or no incident other than you still hear strange whispers. You make it to what seems to be about the center of the forest with no problem.
Can I roll another perception check to see if the whispers are any stronger than they were before?
Yeah.
18.
They are stronger than before, and as you're listening for them, you also hear what seems to be almost a hissing noise.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, shit. Damn it. 5.
17.
I got a 5, so if you beat a 5, you can go before this giant skunk that has approached you guys.
Alright.
A singular giant skunk.
Oh, an entire skunk. Sweet.
Yeah, it's like a skunk the size of a horse. It was burrowing through these trees,
You guys did something
cracking through the branches. But I think you guys did you both beat a 5 though, right?
Yeah, we both beat it.
Yeah, so you get to attack it before it can get you, so go for it.
Do I have to attack it?
Yeah,
You don't have to do anything, but it's coming for you, so you just do something. You have to run, hide.
You have handle animal? If you don't want to attack it.
She does have hand
I have handle animal.
You can always try that to calm it down.
They're gonna list in the city with a gigantic skunk following you, I'm just saying.
So if I try to
If
handle
you roll a natural 1, you're going to get sprayed. Just know that.
Okay.
How to kill this skunk, your hope not to get sprayed.
You can always roll your handle ammo as a swift action, and still, if it doesn't work, you can still attack afterwards. So it doesn't spoil your turn to try.
You can roll handle animal to basically diplomacy with this thing and walk it down from trying to attack you.
Yeah.
And if that fails,
You still attack.
I'll roll handle animal. I'll coo at it.
Alright, you coo at the skunk.
Yeah.
It's an old dwarven trick.
19.
so that's 22.
You're able to calm the skunk down. It seems to be less aggressive. Still approaching you guys. Still somewhat aggressive, but not charging at you guys. It's sort of like somewhat crawling this way very slowly. It's still hissing a little bit, but not quite attacking. Sort of like it's territorial.
So you're in its area, so you can either leave or you can kill the damn thing.
I don't want to kill it. It's clearly pregnant or just had kids.
I don't want to kill it either. But
Where is Rufus?
Rufus is hanging out in my backpack taking a nap.
Alright, Rufus is squeaking in terror. Here's this thing hissing. You would know, possibly, even with a very low knowledge nature roll, that these giant skunks often eat small mammals.
We got to get out of here.
Okay, well, we're not going to make direct eye contact, and we're just going to walk around to the side and hum along.
Cooing the entire way.
Yeah.
Alright, so roll me maybe a handle animal to just make it cool to walk around it.
Well, 15.
Right, just barely. You guys are just barely able to creep past the thing. It still hisses at you as you pass. Lets you pass deeper through the woods. Let's see if you make it out to the other end without any incident. You do. You guys make it out the other end. You can see Southport in the distance.
Yay!
Approaching the city from the west road are about 100 robo gear-forged elven zombie troops.
Run. Get your ass to town.
Yeah, run as fast.
Alright, we're running as fast as our short legs will take us.
Alright, which is 3 times your normal move speed, which is like 60 foot around. Yeah, you dart towards the city. You make it to the front gate. Here in the city, it's very bright of noon, even though you're pretty sure it's late at night at this point. Although your sense of time has been very confused since you've come to this island because it was so dark for so long and now seemingly so bright at the wrong part of day. But yeah, this army is fast approaching of about 100 troops, marching towards what this city has no wall. The Southport has no gate, no wall. It tends to be just some buildings. Mostly look like religious buildings, painted white buildings with open roofs. Not well protected, not militarily, not strategically a smart city at all. Seems to have no defenses. People here seem to be mostly peaceful, seem to, even with this army approaching, to be tending their gardens or going about their business, ignoring the fact that these troops are approaching.
Real quick, Brian. So how long have the towns been warring?
Not for very long.
How long?
You don't know exactly the amount of time, but not for very long. It's a very recent development. This wasn't going on last time you were here. It can't be more than a couple of months, probably.
So the town has basically made it without any serious protection that you could see for a couple of months without being harmed at all.
Yeah, it was mostly at the beginning of the war. It was mostly North and Westport that were warring, And only due to the fact that the Shadow Dragon grew in size and became a threat did Southport become a target, because of legends that it was an area during the first 100 years ago, during the last time something similar to this happened, that the secret to defeating the Black Dragon was found in Southport. And so both cities wanted Westport so they can figure out how to defeat the dragon, and Northport so they can stop Westport from how to defeat the dragon. But so far, I guess, no one's taken it yet.
So I can roll a local knowledge while we're walking in towards, even with the army behind us, theoretically.
Yeah, you can always roll a knowledge local. That's just what you know in your brain, and you can do that anytime.
Natural 20.
I mean, that's a town that has lots of holy sites, very simple way of life. You know that it's not a place you usually like going because it is bright most of the time. There's a definite lack of shadows, so it's hard to hide here. A lot of the buildings do have open roofs, open to the sky, so they're easy to sneak into, but it seems to be mostly like religious materials, not usually worth your time to steal. They worship Iomide here. You don't know much about that guy, but you know that's who they spend a lot of time worshiping. And some worship Desna. There's a temple, a holy academy, a lot of fountains and statues, homes, an alchemist and herbalist, what they call the White Market, which is an open-air market, cathedral, courthouse, glassworks, a small graveyard, a blinding light guild hall, the Healing Hand, which is sort of like a hospital, an inn called the Starshine, a holy library, a menagerie, an observatory, a shrine, and a tavern.
A nobility?
Right on, roll it.
No.
And Brian, Greer was, this was her whole plan, right?
She wanted to come here. She wants to do good around the world, and she heard this is the place to sign up.
I rolled an 8.
Lots of paladins end up here.
8. Or 11.
Yeah, you don't remember you don't know who you're looking for, you don't know any of the names here. This place is somewhat a secret, a mystery, not often talked about. Not a whole lot of news comes out of Southport, not often visited by a lot of other tourists. What you do know is it was the original city on this island where it's rumored to be where all the elves came from. That's all you know. You don't know any of the names. You just know that as far as nobility, this is where the elves originated, according to legend.
You said that they worship Desna?
Some do. Most of them worship Iomide.
My deity.
Yes, but some worship Desna.
Hey, that's good for you.
Yeah. Okay. So if I want to say, I want to find my temple or my deity. So would I need to roll a religion?
Yep.
11.
I mean, you would know that churches for your goddardom is hard to find because they don't usually appear to be churches. They appear to be like living spaces or like barracks for holy knights. And there doesn't seem to be a place like that here other than maybe the large guild hall in the center of town, the Blinding Light Guild, which is what you're looking for anyway, so that's kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, I want to go to the guild hall.
Alright, you go to the Blinding Light Guild Hall. As far as you're concerned, it's probably the closest thing. It's painted white, has some arched entrances, pillared courtyards, fountains and statues in it. Inside seem to be many paladins gathered together, singing songs. They seem to be preparing for battle. You guys are sort of towards the back of the crowd while they're all like singing and waving their swords in the air. They seem to be singing like praise songs to Iomide.
Brian, am I allowed in this place?
No one has stopped you yet.
Don't give them reasons to make
No, you walk. No one's noticed you or paid you attention yet. You haven't caused any problems. No one's kicking you out of the temple. Iomide worshippers are the kind of people who are going to kick you out of the temple or anything. It's not that kind of religion. If you came in, you haven't done anything wrong. So you guys are just hanging out. You're like sitting in the back of the crowd. In the center of the crowd is a woman with a very beautiful voice. They're all sort of encircled around her, facing her, singing, and she's leading this praise song to Iomide.
I feel like I need to wait for this to be done. That it would be rude if I interrupted their singing and waving weapons around.
You're a follower, I mean, right?
Yeah, now you'd probably join in, right?
But, I mean, I can.
Yeah, you would join in and I would be the awkward guy out pretending and getting my words wrong all the time.
So that would be a knowledge religion to see if you know the words of this song.
1922.
Yeah, you know the words of this song. This song's called The First Act of Iomide. A song about a miracle. As most of the hymns of your church about miracles. This song's about a miracle.
Sounds like this town could use a miracle.
They're praying for a miracle.
Any specific miracle or just miracles in general?
Miracles in general.
Okay.
You would notice the size of the group of paladin here. There's about 70 of them, so they would be outnumbered by the approaching army. Not by much.
That's just this temple alone. That's not other temples.
This seems to be all the warriors in town. There were some other people in town, but the rest of the people seem to be simple, like town folk, farmers. They might be of some assistance, but these seem to be the only warriors in town are these folks, and they seem to be all gathered here. There's about 70 of them.
Okay.
And you would know even though they are singing for a miracle, this is also somewhat of a battle song. It's this miracle that is in the first act was a battle miracle. So they are singing for a battle miracle. So basically praying to defeat this invading army.
I assume I would need to roll a perception check to gauge what kind of condition the warriors are in. Like, do they look seasoned? Do they look injured? Boys or men?
They're boys, 2 men.
11.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but it seems to be a decent mix of all the above. Seems like they seem to take any kind of volunteers here. At least 20 of them seem, I mean, it's hard to tell because, like I said, that wasn't a great perception roll, but at least 20 of them seem to be of age that would meet. If they had been in battle, it looks like they would have experience. They're not old enough to be, about 20 of perfect battle age, of prime battle age. The rest seem to be a little young or a little old. They all seem gathered there for the same purpose and excited to battle nonetheless.
I want the hell out of there. I hate this place.
I would like to speak with who appeared to be the leader, the woman, and see if she remembers me, if she knows my story. Would that be still religion knowledge?
No, that would just be either diplomacy to talk to her, I guess. Probably be the easiest thing.
Okay. 5. 24.
She will look excited to see you and say, Greer Rockbiter, oh, by the ages, my, how you've grown. You look just like your father.
But clean shaven.
Not clean shaven. Am I allowed to give her a hug?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You hug.
That's Longia. Of course.
This would be a woman you might know from your childhood as Auntie Longa.
Longa.
It's a big crush when you're growing up. Saying.
She does have the perfect body.
Like literally perfect.
Yeah.
What race is she, out of curiosity?
Roll me a perception check.
Well,
oh yeah, no, you've always known her. She knew you when you were a kid.
but I don't.
Maybe you know its history.
No.
So, I'm rolling perception.
Or nobility.
Well,
14.
Yeah, she looks elven. You can roll me a knowledge history with it too, though.
Knowledge history.
Or what? Is she nobility in the city?
Yeah. You can roll history to see what you know about her from your childhood.
Yeah, knowledge history.
Yeah. You only remember her coming around not very often. But she was a friend of your father's, and your father said she was always an angel.
We have.
That's nice.
Heal her up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, can her hug heal me? Because I'm down to 11 out of 13.
You heal 4 hit points when she hugs you.
Sweet.
Touched by an angel.
Touched by an angel. So my mentor sent me here, and I want to know what I can do, and other than the obvious, and that is probably join the warriors. Shadowsmith gets to stick around for a little
Should also
while.
introduce. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you gotta introduce me.
Auntie Longa, I would like you to meet my friend Chasnock. Don't steal from her.
I'm not going to. What kind of check do I need to roll to wink seductively?
Diplomacy?
Oh!
Diplomacy or seduction check?
A 4. A natural 1, actually.
Natural 1, yeah. She scoffs at you.
Okay. I say it's nice.
She asks, who is this child?
I explained to her that I'm my fellow traveler friend.
Tell her the whole tale. You tell her the
I
whole
tell her the whole
This is
tale.
my work in progress.
Alright, yeah, this is all what happened.
Project
Says, your new friend sounds like quite a handful.
is sometimes I just want to laugh at.
What is your alignment, Chasnoff?
I'm chaotic neutral.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, she welcomes you guys and says, well, you have but mere moments till this battle begins. You're going to join us?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys head into battle.
Woo!
Roll for initiative.
Versus an Ari?
Yeah, well, you got 70 guys on your side, too.
There's 72 of us plus a weasel.
So I have a 7.
16.
I got a 13. If you beat a 13, you can go before this first group you guys are now coming up. This first group you guys encounter is a group of 3 of these mech elf warriors.
Can I tell if either of the 3 mechanized undead thingies are if their head is undead on any of them?
I mean, almost all of them seem to have undead heads in jars. Almost all of them seem to have glass chests with internal organs that are like undead organs.
Okay.
Some sort of formaldehyde and thick glass.
Can I cast control undead on the one in the middle?
You can try. I get a will save, I believe, of which I rolled an 8. So I believe that's a success for you. So you cast Control Undead on the one in the middle. What do you do?
So, which of the two is to attack my squishy ass?
It's hard to tell, but one of those three. I mean, all three of them are seeming they're coming towards you guys. This is the three that you're engaged with. It's hard to say which one might hit you. But if you want to guess and swing for that one, because that's probably the one that's coming at you.
Okay, I'm going to attack with the undead that I'm under control, the mechanized undead that I'm controlling. I'm going to have him attack the one closest to us.
So you do that. That'll be his turn. He swings and misses, though. Well, he does swing at one of those guys, and that'll negate his turn for this time around.
I just have a question. Does the undead that he swing and miss on, does he notice that as a threat? Well,
he does. He's not gonna be dumb enough to like get into a fight with his own like co-soldier. He's still like, he's gonna be like, "What the hell, Steve?" and like keep fighting. He's not gonna like all of a sudden be like, "Now I have to fight this guy instead of what I came to do." I'm gonna abandon my core objective to get in a petty fight with my coworker.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my weasel to go. Is there any exposed areas of these mechanized partial machine people? I'll roll a perception check to see if I see any flesh that the weasel can attack.
Their puppies are in jars.
Their legs, sometimes their appendages like legs or arms are either, some of them are robotic and some of them are flesh. So you would probably go for legs to be the easiest thing for your weasel.
Alright, I'm gonna send Rufus out to try to attack the leg of the closest undead to us.
Alright, roll an attack for Rufus.
17 already.
Alright.
Yeah, so maybe 18.
I'm sorry.
That's still gonna be a hit, that's fine. Hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any damage, but it's latched onto this thing now.
Okay.
So it's latched onto one of these things' legs.
Okay.
Greer?
I won't, because I wrote it down. I'm going to hit with my longsword the left one.
Alright, roll it.
11 or 12.
Yeah.
12.
12 is a miss. Now back to my guys.
Yeah, back to you.
It's gonna be a 12 versus Greer,
Miss.
and a 13 versus Chasnoff.
The reflex. Yeah. He gets a reflex save for half. So roll it and have unnatural 20.
So you take half damage. It should be 4 instead of 8, so
Okay.
as you get smacked with the metal rod.
I have the undead that I'm controlling attack the one that just attacked me.
Alright, I rolled a 14, so it's gonna be a miss. It misses again.
I have Rufus.
You can still cast a spell.
Well,
Yeah, Rufus is auto-grappled, so he just does auto bite damage each round.
I'm going to try to cause fear on the undead that is not attached to Rufus to hold us off for a few minutes while we're being attacked.
Alright, I rolled a 10 for my save, which I believe is probably too low for that.
Low.
So it's gonna flee.
Okay, awesome. And that's all I can do.
Flee is in, it's gone for good.
Yeah,
It's running away.
it's running away, so it's just the one now.
So you're still controlling one, and then there's. So I'm going to hit with my longsword the one that Rufus is attached to. I won't hit Rufus. 9.
It's a miss. It's gonna be a 19 versus Greer.
Once again, I'm going to have the undead that I've named Clarence.
This time is a successful hit. He does some damage to his friend with the metal rod.
And I'm going to cast Disrupt Undead on him.
So 18.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
3?
3?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna hit with my longsword with the one that Rufus is attached to.
Nope. Miss.
You brought my dice this week.
Because you're using my dice.
I got a 7 versus Greer, so that's a miss.
I'm going to auto-attack the undead on the other one
It's
attacking
gonna be a
us.
19, so it'll be a hit that time. Man, he's doing some major damage to this guy. I just did 10 damage to him.
Nice. I'm going to roll just for the auto-attack of Rufus, who's lashed onto his leg, for another 1, because he's a small guy.
He's just nibbling.
No, he's a little
I
guy.
don't know what you expect out of a weasel. That's actually pretty decent for a wheeze. Wheeze in the juice.
And a wheeze in the juice.
I'll cast Acid Splash. 13 plus Dexterity, right?
Yeah, so 15.
So 15 all day on that.
That's a hit. Hit versus
And then I
touch.
roll.
2 damage.
Yeah, 2.
Alright, that one's unconscious. You get 200 experience each as 3 more soldiers approach.
Okay.
So you still have 1 under your control for 6 more rounds, and then 3 more that just popped up. Because there was an army of 100, and there are other, there's lots of little battles going on right now.
I'm not taking all 100.
No. There were 70 guys on your side, and they're probably going to take on more than 70.
I'm gonna hit the one, whoever's closest to me, with my longsword. 13.
Miss.
I missed.
Yeah.
Back to my guys. I got an 8. I got a 14 on Greer, and I got a 12 on Chasnoff. So all
Miss.
misses. Yep.
So I am going to send Rufus Rufus, firstly, to the closest. Is he able to chase one away from us to buy this time so we just...
Maybe if you roll like an intimidation check for Rufus to scare one away.
How intimidating is that?
Not very.
Yeah.
You can always roll a natural 20. You never know. Maybe you
Okay.
find the one guy that's scared of weasels. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna hold off on that real quick. So, the one closest to us, I'll obviously have this super... What is doing really well for me, undead.
You want him to roll again? I rolled a natural 1 for that guy, so he's going to slip and fall prone. He's going to trip over something.
In the meantime, the one closest to us, I will send Rufus to actually attack.
Roll
That's
it. BB is a +4, I think.
Yeah, no, he missed. It's a 6, he missed.
You're a miss.
Yeah, and I will. I'll cast Ray of Frost because that could be. Are they close enough where I can theoretically hit all 3 of them?
Yeah, you can all 3 of them with a Ray of Frost right now.
So I'll cast that.
You might also hit Rufus, though. He just ran at one, right?
I'll do. All right. I'll wait 1 turn. I'll cast Chill Touch.
Alright, that's a melee touch attack. So BB plus strength.
I rolled a 7.
It's a miss.
So I'm going to, again, attack whatever's closest to me with my longsword. Natural 1.
You slip and fall. You also trip on something. You probably trip over the guy that just tripped. So the robot that Chaznov was controlling, like, tripped over one of the guys you defeated. And you tripped over him. There's now like a dog pile of the 3 of you laying down as these 3 guys try to swing at you. I got a 14 versus Greer, a 12 versus Greer, and then a natural 20 versus Chaznov. That is going to be 14 damage to Chaznov.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Dead or unconscious?
I'm unconscious.
Alright.
Very unconscious.
Alright, so Chaznov is very unconscious right now. You just saw him get bonked by this metal rod. He went down pretty hard. Right in front of you. You're laying down on top of these other 2 bodies. Saw Chaznov get conked pretty hard.
If he's unconscious, does that mean the one he was controlling...
No longer under control. Is now back to his own free will.
So now there's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And when will he wake up?
I don't know how unconscious he is. How unconscious are you, Chaznov?
How unconscious are you?
I am not as unconscious as I maybe thought I was prior.
How unconscious exactly?
I'm -4. I'm pretty unconscious.
So -4. So that's going to take him 4 hours of just laying there or more.
I wish I had done that prior.
Unless you have a healing potion or a healing spell. You have 4 hours of sleepy Chaznov. That's if he doesn't bleed out. Which you might want to roll a constitution save to stabilize there, Chaznov. You don't want to bleed out.
Oh, no. Oh,
Natural 1? Natural 1.
Oh, yeah.
Hard, dog.
You're bleeding hard, dog. That means roll me a d4.
Oh, fuck. Alright. You're -7 now?
yeah. 3.
So subtract that from whatever you have. That's how much you bled out this first round. After this round, you'll just start bleeding normally. So -1 per round for this. But that first round, you lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, so you're -7 right now, so you have 9 more hit points.
So that's 9. That's 9 rounds of you laying there before dead, unless someone
Keep
heals
rolling
you.
Constitution checks.
You can't keep rolling con saves to stabilize. That's correct. You want to stop bleeding.
Like actually keep doing that because eventually you'll make it.
Is there any way that a paladin can come and heal him, or I look for paladin while I'm still...
No, leave me there. They're just gonna fucking eat me.
3 guys in front of you, 1 guy behind you. There are paladins all around, but they seem to be kind of all engaged in battle. They probably don't have time to, like, come heal your boy. Do you have any healing powers or spells or anything?
No, I don't. I have nothing.
Oh, that's right. You don't have... Paladins are this up to, like, level 4. I forget. You can only touch yourself and heal yourself, right?
She can't even do that
Oh,
yet.
not
Can't do
yet?
that.
Oh, man.
I did it too.
It's hard being a level 1 paladin, I guess. Yeah, unless you have a potion or something, there's not a whole lot you can do.
You gotta either fight them off or, like, try to drag me away again.
I don't want to say they seem mindless or brainless like zombies, but they definitely seem like they're under something's control. Like some of their free will is gone.
What are you at health-wise?
I'm full. I'm 13.
Alright,
I
I mean,
haven't
like,
taken
you're gonna be having 3 attacks at once.
Yeah, drag him away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drag Chaznov away. So
Back to town.
So you're gonna try to pick up Chaznov with a strength check?
I think you should.
Oh, he's tiny, dude.
Yeah, you still have to roll it. How much do you weigh, Chaznov?
I weigh 38 pounds.
You have to roll a 3 or a 4. If you roll a 4, you can pick up Chaznov.
She has a strength check, a bonus of 4. So
All right, so you can actually, if you have a +4 modifier, you can just auto pick up Chaznov, no problem.
Wait, but can she do the whole bear hug shield thing that we were talking about earlier.
I'm fine with that if that's how she wants to carry you.
Like, put me in front of her like that baby thing.
Like the
baby
And then can
baby Bjorn.
Yeah, and this holds shields in front. I got it. Yeah, she'll grab you like with a big bear hug with shields in front and run back towards Southport. I need you to roll either escape. Yeah, roll me an escape artist to get away from the one guy that's behind you, or a stealth to dodge him, or something, or a reflex save. Give me something, some kind of excuse to get past this guy. Acrobatics.
Dexterity. What was my other option?
Acrobatics, escape artist.
One.
Anything you can convince me would be a way to get past this guy, really.
16, so 17.
Escape
artist.
Dodge right past this guy towards the city. They're all four going to chase after you. So they are coming behind you, and their foot speed is faster than yours, so they are gaining on you as you approach the city. Luckily for you, 3 paladins come to your aid and block 3 of them. There's only 1 coming after you now. So there's 1 that's close enough to swing at you now. So I'm going to roll it. I rolled an 8 as 1 is like close enough to swing at you. So it's able to keep up to this point.
I'll attack him. I'll turn around and face him and attack him.
All right, so you hold your gnome friend in one arm and you swing your sword with the other arm.
Yeah.
All right, roll it.
I mean, your backpack.
19.
That's a hit.
So 11.
11. All right, it's gonna swing at you again. Until I got a 16 versus your AC.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so back to you again.
You can do this all day.
Natural 1.
Oh, you slip and fall. You're on your back. Now you're holding Chaznov up. It's almost like Chaznov is the shield now.
Chill.
I'm going to swing, and it's going to be a 21. You need to roll a Constitution check, Chaznov, if you want to stop bleeding, by the way. Or if not, you're going to lose another hit point.
I rolled a 4, so no.
Yeah.
Con with 4. No. 3. Yeah. 7.
Alright, this time I rolled a 21 versus Greer.
Hit.
3 damage.
Down to 10. So I'm gonna stand up and hit him with my longsword.
Alright, you stand up, so I get an attack of opportunity. I rolled an 18, which is a miss.
I rolled
19.
I rolled 19.
That's a hit.
6.
He's going to swing at you again. I got a 14, which is a miss.
Hit you
That's
22.
a hit.
It's a hit.
7.
Yeah.
Alright, 7 damage. It's an 18, so it's another miss.
9.
That's a miss. He's going to swing at you again. I got a 12, that's a miss.
11. 15.
It's a miss.
That's like 16, actually.
16.
Still a miss. I got a 15 for you, that's a miss.
Okay.
This is just a sad fight
Yeah.
to watch.
Alright.
I don't know if you guys are like just hitting each other, but you're both wearing enough armor that it's just not doing any damage, or you're just fast enough to dodge the attacks, or what, but...
It's a paladin, so it's an armor problem.
Yeah, probably armor.
Natural 1, she falls.
I thought.
Alright, you fall prone.
I'm clumsy.
I rolled a 15 versus you, which even with a -2 for being prone is still a miss.
Alright, so I get back up.
I get an attack of opportunity because you stand up. I rolled a 22 on my attack of opportunity, in which I will do 8 damage.
8.
Then you get to do your attack.
2.
That's 2. Okay, I'm down to 2.
Wait.
2 hit points, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to 2. Because I had 3. Brought me down to 10.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Hurry up and kill his ass.
I rolled a 2.
Alright, it's a miss. I rolled a natural 1, so he falls.
Yes!
Yes.
He's gonna be easy to hit this time.
Stab him.
So,
In the face.
yeah, I'm gonna hit you.
Oh, fucking shit. That was 2.
2, you also miss. It stands up, provoking an attack of opportunity, so you get to roll again. So I stood up.
Alright, I have 2.
Yes.
20.
Alright, that's a hit.
Not natural.
Still a hit. Let's roll your damage.
9.
Alright, you knock him right back down. He's unconscious.
Woohoo! Run away!
You, Greer Rockbiter, get 200 experience points.
That's off, don't go shit.
Do I get a pat on the back for helping?
You
For
get.
being on me.
I'll give you 2 experience points, Chaznov, for just being
Okay.
for bleeding, just for being there and bleeding. So yeah, you're able to escape that one that was chasing you. The rest seem to be occupied with paladins. The battle seems to be wearing down. Your side seems to be winning. Let's find out, though. Just barely. And they seem to have lost probably about half of their numbers. So they're probably down to about 35, 40 troops now. But they seem to have almost won the battle at this point as you flee back into the city. Where do you go to in the city?
I wanna go somewhere where we can rest up.
Yeah, you can stay for free in the Blinding Light Guild Hall here, especially if you join the guild. And at the Healing Hand, for lack of a better term, hospital here, the healing there is free if you accept the Mark of Justice.
What is the Mark of Justice?
Roll Knowledge Religion.
Well,
You're not really sure.
well, I'll take the Mark of Justice.
Alright, so you take the Mark of Justice on account of your friend so you can receive free medical healing. You'll be healed back to full health. And now you have the Mark of Justice on you. And now that this mark is activated on you, it's a glowing symbol on your arm in Elven.
I don't speak Elven.
Well, your passed out buddy does.
So you can't read it. You can roll maybe like a Knowledge Arcana if you want to know anything about it.
Once I wake up, I'll be able to tell you all about it. I +5 Arcana.
Yeah, you're awake now. You're full health. You can get up.
I make a big stretch, like I had a really great nap. Don't really feel that bad. And I look at Greer's arm, notice that she got some new tats. I'll read the description and tell her what it means because she asked me to.
Alright, so you read it in Elven, and you would know this Mark of Justice is a spell put on someone to maintain a certain type of behavior. Roll me a Knowledge Arcana to know more.
17 plus 5, so 22.
Yeah, anyone that has this mark risks taking a -6 to an ability score, whatever that means in the world, will become weaker if they disobey the rules behind the mark. And for this mark, any evil act would cause you to take a -6. So if Greer commits any evil act, she would take a -6 to an ability score.
So I'm good.
You're good. They didn't put one on you. She took it for you. Like, they should have put it on you because you're the one that got the medical service, but Greer volunteered to take the mark so you could get medical service. She stood in for you.
She gets free healthcare, too.
Yeah.
You're able to...
Paladin.
You in the future will not get free healthcare until you take the mark, but she bought free healthcare for you now, and now in the future, anytime she returns here because she has the mark, will get free healthcare. As long as you have this arm, you have this tattoo and this mark, and everything that goes along with it. This mark will also identify you as a do-gooder, though, and a cinch to join the Blinding Light Guild, which the people here at the hospital, after seeing your altruistic act standing in for your friend, and the fact that this happened in battle, because they'll ask what happened and you'll describe your actions in battle, they'll send you straight away to the Blinding Light Guild, vouch for you, that you should be a member of the Blinding Light Guild.
Yay! I would like to be a member.
So go to there.
Yeah, go
Yes,
there.
I'm going there.
You go to the Blinding Light Guild, where most of the paladins from this recent battle, the ones that survived, are all rejoicing and having a great time, celebrating in their guild hall, singing more miracle songs. You enter alone.
I'm still kind of resting at the hospital for a little bit.
You're chilling on the bed, enjoying the very attractive elven nurses that are taking care of you.
Yes, lots of suggested wings.
Yes. You can roll me a... Yeah, I'm gonna wink with both eyes at the same time. So while you rest up, Greer goes to the Blinding Light Guild and is greeted with a great hero's welcome. Welcomed into the fold. Made a full member of the Blinding Lights Guild by Longa.
My question there.
She confirms you.
Gotcha.
Aww.
You're now a confirmed member of the Blinding Light Guild.
Welcome to the best club ever!
It's a guild of do-gooder mercenaries that go on quests for good, basically. As long as you're in a town that's allied with the Blinding Light Guild, it's usually easy to find free ship travel. Usually in good aligned temples in a town, you can get aid. And every time you do a good quest, if you report back here, there's a chance that Longa will reward you with a magic item of some sort, but most people don't get into it for the items. Yeah, and they have missions if you'd like them, or you can go off and do your own goodness in your own way, but...
Are you doing anything?
Oh, yeah, one thing I want to do before
Okay.
I'm done. Doing better at the hospital, getting turned down by a bunch of the nurses. Knowing that Greer is hanging out at her Good Doers Church for a bit, I have a little bit of time to kill. So I make my way to the tavern, which I'm assuming is filled with mostly non-locals.
The tavern here was called the Tavern of the Eclipse, and it seems to be closed.
Oh, damn it. I want to find out about these whispers.
There seems to be a sign. There's a sign in Elven on the door that says "Closed for Business."
I,
It's barred up. It's locked up.
I use my tiny gnome hands to knock as hard as I can on the door to see if there's anyone actually there.
Yeah, you don't hear anything inside, and no one responds.
Else.
There's an inn, there's a library.
Yeah, so I head my way over to the inn just to see if there's any wary travelers there.
There are some travelers there, people that have arrived here by boat, surprised to have arrived in the midst of war, but have been receiving very good treatment by the locals. They're still enjoying their stay here. Holy travelers from East Linya.
I asked the travelers if they had heard any rumors about the gnomish whispers in the forest.
Some of them say the forest is haunted, but that's all they know.
I leave the inn, not much new information, and go to the guild hall, which lets me in for some reason I still don't understand, to congratulate Greer on her getting in.
You're there, you congratulate your friend who's celebrating with the rest of these do-gooder types. They're enjoying some honey cakes in celebration.
I grab a slice of honey cake, give it to Rufus, because I feel like he's had a harder time than I have.
Yeah,
somehow.
he's got a little bag snack.
I wait for Greer to let us know what we should do next.
Would you like a Blinding Light Guild mission?
I would like a mission.
Alright, so besides the fact that they're at war here and they could use help defending the city, but if you're looking for something somewhere else, or if you're looking for a particular type of work, there are rumors that the West Linya military is gearing up for another war, is building up their defenses, so they're looking for Blinding Light outreach onto West Linya. They also have lots of allies on Eastlandia that maybe need to be geared up for reinforcements for the war, so they have a couple ships leaving for there as well. You know, a lot of the tourists here right now that have traveled from Eastlandia are going back there to White Castle, so they're taking back some more reinforcements for there as well for the coming battles. It's a time of great strife, war erupting throughout the world, so Blinding Light Guild members are needed everywhere right now. So pretty much anywhere you want to go, you can go, or you can stay here and fight.
I would like to stay here and fight.
You stay here and help fight.
It's actually pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like Chasnoff also wants to figure out the Gnome Whispers in the Haunted Forest, so we'll sit close for...
Right. You agree to stay and fight, at least for the time being. So Finn/Bahamut, just outside of Owestra, having encountered lots of ghouls and seeing lots of ghouls. I think we said like hundreds. A large number between you and the city gates. Your monk friend very reluctant to travel through the large numbers of zombies it would take to get there.
Understandably, he's had a rough go of it.
Almost had a rough go.
There's a field of zombies in front of you, a scared monk beside you, chicken hut north of you.
And more ghouls.
And more ghouls, but less than, I forget, I think it was less went north and more went south. I don't remember. Or was it vice versa? But
Yeah, but...
no, it was vice versa, but there were more already here. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it's transformed, so Halim just decided to go south because he's stupid.
Well, one way into the town, right?
Yeah, I remember last time you said a safer route was around Fort, but I don't know how long that would take to circumvent that.
Yeah, you have to swim. It might take...
Along the coast.
It might take an extra day to try to circumvent this zombie horde. I mean, you can probably tell that from here just looking at them. They don't seem to be that responsive unless you get close enough to draw their attention, so if you maybe try to keep like a 60 to 100 foot distance away from them and not make too much noise or act too crazy, you might be able to circumvent them and get to the water, but then it would take a swim check to swim into the city.
I only weigh thin body. He only weighs 28 pounds. Would Halim would he take a check to that weight if he tried to carry me and just like book it?
I mean, what's Kaleem's strength? Did I give that to you yet, or no? No, probably not, right?
+1.
It's a +1.
Alright, so you're gonna have to roll it, because it's gonna take it only takes a 3. So you have to roll a 2 or higher to carry him, so you're pretty much gonna be successful.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, he one-handed lifts up Finn over his head and carries him like a plate. So it is now Kaleem walking towards the ocean.
I do knowledge dungeoneering to get some stats on these ghouls, like how fast they move.
I mean, they seem to be moving about normal human speed. But they seem to be at a distance. I mean, you guys keep a distance of, right now you're at about 120 feet. You feel like you probably get about 60 feet without drawing their attention as long as you're quiet and not moving too abruptly. Or like blend in, walk slowly and you'll be fine type of thing.
I'm gonna roll perception and see if I can see the city gates from here to see if there are any guards on top of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
33.
Yeah, you do see that there are some guards on the wall. You can only see about 3 from where you are. They seem to be posted mostly near that front entrance. They seem to be armed with at least look like crossbows. Might even see they occasionally pick off a zombie or two, but don't seem to be wasting that many bolts on it.
I guess we'll go around to the fort.
Alright, so you guys take the extra day to walk around the zombies. Get into the water. I need you guys to roll swim checks. Unless you want to ride on Kaleem's back, and then I just need you to roll a ride check and have him roll a swim check. He's okay with that, I guess.
I think I'm okay with any. I guess I'm gonna try to do individual swim check.
Alright, let's see how good you guys do.
Because ride isn't a class skill for me, so I'd take 14 for Halim and an 11.
You guys are having trouble swimming against the current. You're actually swimming away. The current's pushing you away from Owestra. You guys are in the water, but you're losing ground. It's sort of storming out. The wind's picked up. It's drizzling.
Alright, I guess we'll get out of the water.
Alright, you get out of the water back onto land. Roll me a swim check to swim back to land.
21 for Bahamut. No, that's an 8 for Halim.
Alright, Kaleem is having trouble getting to shore. You make it to the beach. You see Kaleem struggling in the water. He's not drowning, but he's definitely not able to swim back to shore. He's about 30 foot out. The sand is sticking to your wet body. Your little halfling feet. You hear Kaleem yelling for help in the distance.
I don't have rope or anything, and I'm not strong enough to swim out there and get him.
What do you mean you don't have a rope or anything?
I don't have a rope.
You used a rope when you tied yourself to a tree.
Yeah, I still have a rope, but it's not like I can throw it. I can try. You lasso. Throw it. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to throw a rope up to Halim.
Alright, roll me a strength check to throw the rope towards Kaleem.
It's a range attack.
Or a dex.
Dexterity.
I'll allow dex either way. Either one, whichever one you feel better about. Roll me strength if you want to try to hurl it really far. Roll me dex if you want to try and finesse it out there.
Either way, 12.
Yeah, well.
Alright, so you throw it out about 12 foot out in the water, so it's about 18 foot away from Kaleem. So you can roll a swim check for Kaleem to try and swim toward it.
Oh, natural 1?
Natural 1.
Kaleem starts going under.
You can still do another swim check.
He's the reason why almost no one has died of drowning.
Alright, he pulls his head above water and gasps for air. He's not gaining any ground. He's just in the same spot gasping for air. He was under for a second.
You could throw it out again at him.
Yeah,
You have to pull it in.
I guess I'll re-throw my rope.
Alright, you pull the rope in, you throw it out again.
15.
Alright, so you throw it out 15 foot again. Roll me another swim check for Kaleem to try and swim for it.
Hell yeah.
23.
Alright, he swims for the rope and grabs it. You roll me a strength check to pull him back in.
18.
What's Kaleem weigh?
He's a human
A
monk.
human monk, so average human.
He's like...
You can make him fat if you want. You can make him skinny. You make him however you want him. I mean,
Depending on how tall he is. And he's a monk.
Alright, so say he weighs 150, and since he's on the water, you can roll half of that, so you just have to roll a 7 or 8 to pull him in. Strength check.
Another 18.
That's enough, you pull him to shore. He's so thankful and grateful you saved his life again. You truly are chaotic good.
I can't believe I'm getting punished for this.
No, you're doing what the alignment like.
You're doing the right thing. You're not being punished. He's still alive and he thanks you and he owes you his life. He's forever indebted to you and will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Put it in his butt.
Yeah, because that's definitely what I first think of.
You guys are still a great distance away from the city. You can still see the city from here.
I guess we could just keep swimming attempt to swim into the city, but I could get a perception check to see how far it would be to swim.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
27.
You feel like you're about equidistant between here and the dock to the next city south of here. You do see a small sign in the distance that direction. You feel like you're sort of in between two cities at this point.
But what if we just walk back up to the city wall from that point on? How far would it be to swim?
Probably about 300 feet from where you are.
I think she's saying, can they walk up to the wall like next to the fort and swim into the fort from the?
Yeah, you can try. Just have to roll a percentage chance to see if you get hit by zombies on the way up there.
I thought the zombies were only on the front of the wall.
Most of them are near the front entrance, yes. But if you're in zombie territory, you have to roll either way. There's not as many over here. You're not going to get like thousands or hundreds of zombies here, but you will run the risk of encounter if you're walking around in zombie territory.
So staying out of zombie territory and attempting to swim is 300 feet.
Can you tie yourself to what's his face? And doesn't he have a swim check? You don't have a swim check, right? Oh, you did.
It'll take 20 successful swim checks to get there.
That's
Of 15 or higher. Every time you fail, you'll go back 15. If be like going against the current type of thing.
Shoot for the tide to go out some.
You guys wait about 8 hours. The tide goes out. You feel like you can see the area around the wall now. You feel like you're able to walk around it. Maybe with a really good stealth check, even avoid the zombies.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, roll me some stealths for you and Kaleem.
That was an 18. I thought you rolled.
That was this one.
Oh, I don't know. It was 19.
I'm gonna say Liam has a 25.
Yeah, you guys are able to stealth around. Yeah, you guys make it around the wall. You're able to enter around the side of the city near the docks. The streets here are pretty open, but all the buildings seem to be locked by some sort of key cards that the citizens here seem to have access to. But you'll basically only be able to walk around the streets and not be able to gain access to any of the buildings or anything. But you are in the city of Oestra. Walk around the streets, past all the hustle and bustle of a busy scientific community.
I'm gonna roll knowledge local to see if Ben knows anything about this, and then 16 for Ben's knowledge local.
He does not have a lot of experience with Oestra, but I think he would know that it was a scientific mecca known for its experiments with extending life, experimenting with the undead. Rumored to be where the phenomenon of the undead began, where the first zombies and ghouls arose. A lot of the buildings here have lightning rods protruding out of the tops of them. Like I said, you have to have some sort of access card to gain entrance to any of these buildings. People here do appear to be mostly human. There does not appear to be any sort of law enforcement here, as far as you can tell.
I guess
You're in our town.
let's
You can do everything.
go to a tavern.
You have to have a white access card to get into the tavern.
There's not just what?
If you don't work or live here in town, you can't enter any of the even basic buildings, the shops, the taverns, anything. You can basically only walk around the streets unless you get a white access card.
Is there like a welcome center?
No.
I'm sure they have for it.
I mean, there probably is one towards the front entrance, the front gate, not anywhere near the docks. Roll me a perception check.
30.
You did see that chicken hut parked at the dock.
Same one, the legged one? How was it going north and now it's here?
That's a mystery, right?
That's crazy.
How did it do that?
Sounds really interesting to Bahamut's abilities.
So, who was in the hut while you guys went out and fought zombies, Cersei and Harlock?
Froderick, Ramses, and Ziva.
So it's probably only Froderick awake in the hut right now. So you do see the hut at the docks, and you aren't able to get into the buildings in town.
Well, I guess I can just post up and, I don't know, watch the hut for a little bit, see its goings on. I don't know.
You're gonna spy on the hut?
Froderick sits on the front porch.
You see a very large zombie man sitting on the front porch on the rocking chair.
Froderick's gonna roll a perception check.
Alright, then that means are you stealthing to spy on this place there, Bahamut?
No, I'm just looking at it.
Alright, so you're just standing on the dock staring up at this chicken hut. Froderick, roll a perception check to see if you see this halfling and...
Yeah, he got a 27.
Yeah, you see these two down the dock staring up at your chicken hut. You're about 2 feet above the water, and they're standing on the dock, so you're slightly raised.
He's not much of a talker, he just,
Yeah.
you know, he
You're
sees
just
them.
you're just staring back at each other. The
Yep.
zombie man's now staring at you and the monk. And the hut's bobbing up and down, back and forth, and Froderick's sort of like auto-rocking in the chair because the house is making the chair rock.
I don't know, it seems like Halim's a little antsy around this guy. I think he's getting some flashbacks of maybe a alternate reality where he experiences large amounts of mortal pain.
Not fond of the undead, is that what you're saying?
Froderick isn't being menacing, he's just sitting there, you know, stroking his crossbow, sitting, you know.
Not
rocking.
being menacing while stroking his crossbow.
That's all.
Just lubing up the old crossbow.
It's kind of weird that we just walked through like 400 zombies and then there's just one sitting right there.
You would also notice there's more zombies in the city as well, although most of them seem to be corralled into certain areas. You did see some zombies, a lot of zombies within the interior of this town as well. But like I said, most of them seem to be in corralled areas, like, you ever see those like doggy daycares? It's like that, except with zombies. Yeah, there's like a lot of zombie daycares around.
I guess they're just keeping them safe until they...
Yeah, that's probably a good guess. I mean, a lot of it's like ancestor worship type of stuff too, so these are probably like their parents are trying to keep alive as long as possible, or like, you know.
I'm not really sure about this undead guy, so I don't know. I'm gonna ask Froderick if he's aware that this city has an undead problem.
Don't see any problem there.
Problem.
But Mistress, go to take care of it.
Isn't Aristophanes in the hut too?
Yeah, he's probably in the hut. But the hut has no door right now.
No door at all?
No, because well, I don't know if I've come back for it yet. I started casting that guards and wards.
Oh, that's right. So the door. So the furnace just stuck on the front porch.
Yep.
I forgot you had the illusion there was no door for every 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's the case, Froderick seems to be sitting on the front porch of a dancing house that has no front door, has no entrance except for the windows that seem to be sealed shut.
There's really nothing to do about this, so I'm gonna mosey.
Where do you mosey to?
I'm insulting him, I'm just saying, like, what? I'm gonna have a conversation with an undead guy? I just don't think he can supply me very...
It's not your intellectual equal, is that what you're saying?
Ask him. Like,
You're right.
How about I
Discriminate
ask
against the undead, Danny.
how long have you been undead, sir? Or is that too rude to ask?
That's rude. Never ask a zombie's age.
I mean, how about... I mean,
young.
kind of weather. I feel like it should matter to you. I'm gonna see if you have any information about what this house is. I mean, it's definitely been piquing my interest for the past, like, week now.
Yeah.
I've been following it for this long, and I finally found it.
Now that you guys have been driving this house around the continent, it was bound to happen sooner or later. Someone's like, I saw your cool house and wanted to talk to you about it.
Oh, it's rolled for it.
Sense motive, I think,
Yeah, you can roll that.
for Froderick, which is he's got great sense. All right. Well, it's only a 14 on sense motive.
It's hard to tell. This person is dressed like a thief. Are you in your thief's garb, I assume?
Yeah, I guess I didn't change.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think it's very thiefy. It's leather armor.
It's all black, and I mean they've had some roguey associates before. So I'd say this person definitely looks on the shadier side, but seems to be earnest. But it's hard to tell. You know, 50,
Okay.
You're at 14. You're like maybe not. It's hard for you to discern whether or not you can trust this person or not.
Well, I guess then Froderick, being not the brightest, he'd just be like, this hut of Baba Yaga. My mistress live here now.
Is your mistress home?
I'm assuming no. she actually, okay, he would say he knows where she is, or where she's been staying. He'll respond, no, she stay with Spaceman.
Where might that be?
Oh, big house near temple.
So we're looking for a big house near a temple then. Thanks for your time, undead guy.
Bye.
Well, you walk away from the docks looking for a big house. Roll me a perception check.
Before I go, how long are you going to be here? Any idea at all?
Till Mistress return.
Great. Another general answer.
Zombies are no help.
Alright, I'll roll perception. 28.
You do see what looks like a temple near the docks with a very large graveyard next to it. Seems to be some sort of small mausoleum. It seems to be a holy site here in this town. The only thing that looks like a temple to you. Near it are several large oceanside villas. You see 4 large oceanside villas surrounding this temple near the docks.
So any one of those big houses. Let's see if we haven't been stopped yet by any guards.
There are no guards.
Oh,
There's no law here. Science is law. Access cards are accessed. That's how they preserve laws, by restricting access.
Are there a lot of people moving around in the street?
A decent number. You probably see a little under 100 moving around this area near the docks, going to and fro.
I'm going to attempt a sleight of hand to get one of those access cards.
Ooh,
Alright, roll it.
Dude,
19.
Alright, I rolled a 15, so you are going to manage to get one. I need you to roll a d6.
A 2?
You just stole a red access card.
fuck.
Is that good or bad?
Awesome.
I guess it's an access card.
You don't know.
Awesome.
You don't know if it's good or bad, but you know it's better than no access card. You can now get into any area that is marked red or white, which means you can now get into any of the shops, the alchemist, the bank, the smithy, the graveyard, the hospital, the houses, the inns, piers, the stable, the tavern, power station generator, pretty much any of those basic buildings and any red access area. You have access to the doleway, the main office.
Is that the welcome center?
Seems like it.
Alright, well, we know where the temple is now, and there are 4 big houses. Is there, like, a tavern near the docks? That's, like...
There's a tavern
in the
nearby.
same
Yeah,
general
there's a tavern.
area,
There's a tavern
like,
in
the
walking
house?
distance.
Alright, let's go.
You go to the tavern. You swipe your card and are able to enter.
Um,
There's about 17 people in the bar, all enjoying a nice cool drink.
okay. I'm gonna go up to the, I guess, bartender? Or is it, like, automated because this place is sciencey?
No, it's a regular bartender.
Back to the Future.
There's cool. I guess I'll see if he has any information about these undead things walking around and why they have them corralled. Maybe just like a little basic information about his society.
Yeah, he says the undead are corralled for their safety and for ours. And it's how we preserve our beloved loved ones. Haven't you ever lost a parent or a favorite aunt or uncle or a child even and wanted some way to hold on to that memory, keep them alive a little bit longer? Well, here in Oestra, we're working on a way of maintaining life and making sure life never ends. And so far, this is as far as we've gotten. We still consider that progress, and we still try to keep those we love around as long as possible.
What about the ones outside?
Well, sometimes, things go wrong, or you keep them a little too long, and they go bad, and then it becomes too... Some people can't afford to corral them anymore, it costs money to put your loved ones in these zombie corrals, and if you can't afford it, then they get chucked out to the ghoul forest.
Instead of just like killing them?
Well, kill them? Kill them?
I
Your
don't
loved
know.
ones? No, we'll release them to the wild, let nature take its course at that point. We're not going to kill our loved ones.
No,
That's insane.
He's being ridiculous.
We'll let them remain undead as long as they can survive that way. What happens to them out in the wild is not our business, but we're not going to kill our loved ones. That's just... I don't think you understand our culture.
Is there anything like going on now?
This town's run by the Doleway, the Department of Life Without End, and they do a lot of research in prolonging life and a lot of other scientific research to make our lives more enjoyable while we are here. Not a whole lot goes on around here. The Spatiman families run the city for generations now, and not a whole lot of trouble befalls us. The city's favorite son recently got married. And soon to have a child, but that's probably the biggest news in town right now. It's on all the Rolling Snake magazines. Didn't you see it? Harlock Spachiman finally wed, child on the way. Who is Morgan? He has it on the bar. He hands it to you. That's what the front says.
So there's a picture of her, or I guess not a picture, but a painting.
Yeah, there's a
So I know
painting. There's a painting of the happy couple at their wedding.
I know what both of them look like now.
Yeah, Harlock and
I'm
Morgan
sure
in their
the
wedding
whole
outfits.
Party is in, right?
Yeah, the officiant.
Let's find out. Let's find out if the whole wedding party's in the picture. I'll roll a percentage chance to see.
Am I in the picture?
No, just Harlock and Morgan are in the picture. You are mentioned in the article. Our count is mentioned in the article, and so is the robbery. The whole wedding is written up about. Basically, everything that happened in the wedding episode will be in that article. So
They don't really know my
you know have full knowledge of basically whatever a reporter on the scene would have known about what happened there.
So there's a pretty good description of a giant undead man.
Yep.
One that would match the description of gentleman I just witnessed on the docks.
I mean, it'd be hard to say. A lot of giant undead men look pretty similar.
But one that wouldn't be in a zombie corral.
I guess that is pretty rare. The one in the mention in the story was not corralled by a zombie corral or anything. He's even probably mentioned by name, since he is aide to the officiant of the wedding, Cersei. I don't know if you caught his name earlier at the Dancing Hut or not, but in the article it mentioned his name is Froderick. If you wanted to investigate your suspicions.
All right, so.
Well, the spaceman or Spachiman last name is mentioned in the article, and that's the house you were sent to. You might be able to put 2 and 2 together.
Yes.
Because Froderick pronounced Spachiman, he says
Spaceman. Yeah.
So, what I'm coming to discern from all this information is that the Dancing Hut is the same one, or the undead man is the same one mentioned in the article, which means that Spaceman or Spachiman is with
the owner of the hut.
They definitely know each other. Yeah.
Does the bartender have any information on, I'm sure, that's gotta be gossip, right? What they're up to and where they are, that kind of thing?
No, rumor has it they are back in town, though. But he hasn't heard anything since about other than that.
Well, I know what Carlock and Morgan look like, and Frederick.
The bartender asks if you're buying a drink or what.
Yeah, Helene gives the man some money for his time. Thank you. Helene gives him money.
Alright, he takes 1 gold for his time, I guess, and gives you a drink, not being confused by the whole concept of money for time.
Oh.
You get an ale for your gold. Unless you want to bribe him more than that, but...
Bribe him? Yeah. I have one last question for the barman. He'd say, it doesn't seem to be there's a lot of law enforcement here. Do y'all just govern yourselves, or...
The only law we need is natural law.
That what?
Science!
Science is law. Science rules.
I don't know, I feel like my best chance is to go back to the docks and wait by the hut.
I would assume Cersei would need to recharge her spells, so I can't go back to the hut yet to recast my guards and wards. But Ramses would probably go back to the hut.
I'd go back to the mansion.
That goes back to the mansion?
Probably just take Ramses with us, since he's not here, to say where he would go.
Oh, yeah. And he went and fought with you guys. So, who goes where?
We go back to the mansion for, I only need an hour's rest before I can go back.
So everyone goes back to the Spachiman mansion. Everyone rests. Cersei only rests for an hour because she's magical. But everyone else rests longer than that. But after an hour, Cersei, what do you do?
Of course, we'll check in on Morgan, make sure she's doing okay, see if I need to do any heal checks or...
I mean, Morgan's irritable, but other than that, it could come any time now, but you're probably about a month out, I think, at this point. So it's close. It could happen any day now, but she just seems like she's cranky today. She's not having contractions or anything. Just moody.
I'm gonna try to cast magic sleep on her. Make her take a little break.
Alright, she get a will save on that?
She does.
Alright, roll a will save, Morgan, to see if you fall asleep or not. Nurse Cersei tries to put you to sleep.
I'm gonna be caressing her face. Sleep, sweet angels. Sleep.
You've been telling Harlock to go to the store and get you some mealworm ice cream. It's a local favorite.
Well, nah, that's not gonna do it. She falls asleep.
Yeah.
It's only for 6 minutes. So she gets
a 6-minute nap. You're just like, shh.
We'll leave Ramses and his little mechanized butlers to blind each other and hang out.
Turn the knobs.
I'd say let's go back to the hut. I need to recast my guards and my guard and wards.
Alright, so Harlock, you're not resting for 8 hours. You're just coming along.
Are we resting? Yeah.
Cersei only rested for 1 hour, so the most you're going to get back is 1 HP if you took a solid 1 hour nap.
Alright, that's fine.
And you guys head back to the hut. Roll me a perception check as you approach the hut.
15 for Cersei.
21.
Alright, yeah, Harlock definitely sees there's some really short man and a bald man in a white robe standing outside the hut just staring at it.
Roger got a 26.
Froderick knows they're there. He's been staring at them since they arrived. It looks like they might be talking to each other from you guys. You're far away. You can't tell. Maybe they're talking to each other.
I'd be like, we need to rush up on this shit. Somebody's eyeing our fucking hut.
Tune in next time for more Hut Watchers on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.